You can go to Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever, and buy kiwi and stuff like that. They're not going to grow here.
That's right.
They'll sell you Concord grapes. They don't grow here.
They don't care. As long if people are buying them, they're selling them. So how do we get closer to source, you know?
Grow it yourself.
Hey.
You know, do your own seeds
That's
and
it,
do
man.
what you can. Buy plants smaller and grow them up.
Our potential, it's exponential.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another podcast. I'm here with my friend and amazing fruit tree grower, Mike from Trees and More. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you.
Of course, yeah, man. So I've been buying fruit trees from you for a while now, many seasons, and you got it going on over there, man. So tell people about kind of what you do and what you grow over at your nursery.
Well, at the nursery now, probably for about the last 10, 15 years, somewhere in there, I have been growing fruit trees to sell. Now, we did all kinds of stuff before that. I did landscaping stuff with my father. I did trees, oak trees and maples and all that to ship to Jacksonville. And then when the recession in the 80s.
Oh, 08?
08, yeah.
Yeah.
When the recession hit in 08, we just switched everything all over to fruit trees.
You did?
Yeah.
Cool.
And so
Why did you do that? Did demand go up or something?
I couldn't give away the palms. We were doing palms at the time.
Got
We
it.
could not sell them. There's always an interest in fruit trees because there's always people that want to plant things that they can eat.
You were doing it before that, I assume, too, a little bit.
Oh, yeah. The oldest trees on my property are probably 30 years old. The house is about 35. So I started planting like the lychees and the ice cream beans and things like that. And we had orange trees in there until they were quarantining oranges, and
That's right.
that's when we took out all the orange trees because we couldn't afford to get quarantined. So
Interesting.
so we
So you had to get rid of them.
yeah, I had to. I mean, I couldn't have the state come in and say we're going to quarantine you because your trees have canker. So we got rid of all the citrus and
When was that?
while back.
Yeah. Wow.
That's when they were coming into people's yards and cutting down their trees.
What was that? There was the canker,
That
right?
was the canker. Yeah, that was before greening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they took out everyone's trees. Like
They pulled them right out of your yard. Went in there and cut them down, whether you wanted to or not. They didn't care.
That's wild.
But yeah.
That's why you don't see as many. But you had oranges going off back then.
Yeah, we did oranges.
Beautiful.
I did a few oranges, a few grapefruit, and all different kinds of tangerines. Did a couple juice oranges so we could make juice, and then eating we had tangerines and tangelos and things like that. But as far as the fruit trees, I started putting them in my yard when I built the house. The place, you've seen it now, the front field out there is cleared. That was all palmettos and pine trees.
Wow.
Had a bulldozer. One of my friends had a bulldozer, so he came in and helped me with that. And we cleaned all that out and started putting the nurseries in there. So
Cool, man. And now you graft your own stuff, right? What have you been working on?
well,
Kinda.
like I say, I started in October with the avocados. I bought some Walden seed at a homestead.
Those are good rootstock, right?
Walden is very good for rootstock. As far as the fruit, it's not a real good eating avocado.
Yeah. Like the turpentine mango.
Like a turpentine mango. Good rootstock,
Yeah.
not a very good fruit to eat. So we've been grafting those, all different kinds. I mean, I'm putting all the different avocados. We do a lot more of the Super Haas, the Ooh La La. We do a lot of it because that's what people want. I do a lot of the Oro Negro.
That one's delicious.
That's a fantastic fruit. I do some Chiquette, the green one, some Lula,
Mm-hmm.
But we do, and most of the avocados that I do up here are for Martin County and north.
Got you.
I don't do like the Simmons and Catalina and things like that, they don't take the cold as well up here.
Interesting. Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah, like the Simmons, that's what they grow in like Costa Rica and stuff. I hear,
Costa
yeah.
Rica, Homestead.
Got you. So you do the ones that are colder tolerant because
Colder tolerant.
we're above like we're right on the cusp of subtropical right here.
Yeah, and everybody says it's not going to get cold anymore. Sooner or later it will. I mean, we have
That's
cold
right.
spells. They come in about every 20 years. The last time it was cold at my place was 2010. We were 24.
Wow. I remember there was a thing here. All the iguanas were
All
gone
the
then.
iguanas were gone then, yeah.
Let's pray for one of those. man.
But
I
it's
know
not,
you're tropical.
It's not good for the tropicals.
That's right.
Back then, we could do. We did peaches, Florida Prince, Tropic Beauty. They grow excellent. Don't need a lot of cold. We did them. They fruited real well. We did the plums.
You still got them?
I don't do them anymore. It's just
Really?
not getting cold enough. Now they will do good. The Florida Prince and Tropic Beauty will do good.
Yeah.
They get wormy.
Got it. The fruits.
The fruit.
So
And
that's
you
good
can
to
put
know.
a systemic poison that goes into the fruit and kills the worms.
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Um,
That's the only way to do those with the guavas and the passion
guavas,
fruits, the systemics. I don't like using that stuff.
I don't.
It's not good. Yeah.
Because that's why we grow a big garden. I have a big garden in the back that we plant sometimes. All the fruit trees and stuff. I don't spray a lot.
Amazing. How do you do that? You have like a nursery and all this stuff. People expect that to be a thing. How do you get away with that?
People come in and they'll look at the plant and they say, "What are the holes in it?" And I said, "Probably something that ate it, but it's not on it now." I mean,
You're right.
And if we have something that has a little bit of scale or something, I can wipe them off or whatever. But
That's it, man.
to break out the hardcore poisons and put them on them, it's stuff that we're eating, and we just don't like to do that. We'll plant a lot of squash. We pick it. We put it in the sink. What worms do get in it, we'll work their way out because of the water. And then when my wife goes to cut it up, she cuts it. Oh, there's a brown spot. Throws that away. So, I mean,
Gotcha.
we just eat around it. I mean, grocery stores can't do that. That's why the stores have, the big farms, they have to use poison. Because people would flip out if
Exactly.
they cut open a squash or a
You're
papaya
right.
and there was a worm in it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what you were talking about earlier. With the avocados, if you see the weevil or something got to eat
Yeah.
some of it, super normal in nature. But you're right, like us, we're so conditioned that everything needs to be perfect because of the grocery stores. You're right.
Well, even the carrots, the little tiny carrots, they don't grow little tiny carrots. Those are big carrots that were ugly, and they put them in a machine, and it makes the perfectly shaped small carrot, baby carrots.
That's right. It's just another product for them to use
Yeah.
without making people think,
Oh, it's ugly.
something's eating it, or it's ugly.
Oh, it's ugly.
Yeah.
So, ugly food tastes good.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No,
Well, let's go to fruit trees.
Yeah, man.
You were asking about the grafting. Like I say, I started with avocados. I grafted a few yellow Grumachama cherries. Going to see if they're going to take. Very hard wood.
Cool, the yellow one.
Yellow one, I bagged them.
Okay.
Sometimes we wrap stuff with the buddy tape. Like the avocados are all wrapped. They do real well. I wrap them, and sometimes I put a rubber band on them too if it's not real tight.
So it keeps the moisture in.
Keeps. But
so you're grafting the yellow Grumachamas.
yeah.
Got it.
They do not come from seed.
They won't be yellow?
It won't be yellow. Sometimes, because some of them had to come from seed somewhere.
Yeah.
They'll revert back to black.
Okay.
So if you plant yellow seeds and wait 3 or 5 years,
good
and
to
all of
know.
a sudden they
Yeah.
come back black, that's what happens.
Good to know. And they take a long time. So that's
They
good
take
to
a
know.
couple, 3 years before
Yeah.
they'll fruit the Grumachamas.
Cool, man. What else are you grafting? You got all sorts of stuff going on.
Oh
man.
yeah. I grafted the avocados, the Grumachamas. I multi-grafted a couple Jaboticabas. They're branching out right now.
A cocktail Jaboticaba?
Yeah, I've got one with Sabrera, one with the red hybrid, one with the white, and one with the blue Vexator. Just putting see what takes on them. Did a few of those. We started up on the Anonas here, about the end of February, 1st of March.
Okay, what are you grafting there?
I grafted a lot of Alama. I started with the Alama because that was pushing first. I did Alama. I put that on pond apple. It works good on pond apple.
It fruits and everything?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's what
Because some people say you need to do like a, what is that called? Graft it twice?
a wedge. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't do that?
Very seldom.
Yeah.
That's if you have a rootstock and don't have what's supposed to go on it, you can put something else on there that whatever roots
Got
grafts
it.
better onto, and put that on. But yeah, I did Guillermo and Genova Red. I did quite a few of them. Then we started on the Atamoyas.
Those are good too.
I did a lot of Dream.
The Dream Atamoya.
Dream Atamoya. I put Dream on everything. I put it on custard apple. I put it on sugar apple. I think I put some on pond apple too. I didn't have any cherimoya rootstock to put it on.
That's the best.
Yeah, and I think you were at the house and I showed you my little project there. I've got a little project for seeds. It cost me about $500 for the what I did. I bought 1,500 cherimoya seeds out of California. Had to build boxes for them. Had to fill them up with seed starter because I didn't want to use just dirt. Because I mean, you're spending, $350 I think on the seeds, and
It adds up.
it adds up. It just so I've got probably over 1,000 something plants that are about 3 or 4 inches tall. That won't be for next year.
Yeah.
And everybody,
That's exciting.
when are you going to graft whatever? And I said, when I get the rootstock. Well, when are you going to get the rootstock? I said, in a year. And people just don't understand that,
I hear you, man. Yeah, because you probably get a lot of requests, as do I. So I know what you're saying, and people expect it to be right there. But plants take time, right?
Well, with the Atamoyas, like last year, and all previous years, I have people calling me all year long. When are you going to do the Atamoyas? I said, February or March. Will they be ready in March? I said, no, they probably won't be ready till around June because you have to do them. And I said, we'll have to see what takes. I said, call me in March and I'll tell you what I do and you can get on the list. We sell out our Atamoyas right off the bat. I mean, they're gone. And I haven't really done 1,000 of them before. So
It's an undertaking.
Yeah. Well, to sit down and graft them.
Yeah. Right.
That's time in itself.
That's right. But you're doing us a service, man. So thank you. You get all these requests, but we need grafters and people like babying these plants, right?
Oh yeah.
So what's your favorite stuff? You're like the Anonas are cool. What else are you working on?
Oh, I just finished up with the Anonas. I grafted some white sapote for myself. I have 2 big trees. I have one that is a redland. On the redland, I put a Sioux Belle. I put a McDill.
On your tree in the yard?
No, it's in a 15-gallon pot.
Oh, okay.
I have 2 of them in 15 gallons,
Cool.
and I'm multi-grafting the 2. And then I'll put them in. They're about 4 feet tall now.
Very cool.
But just put different stuff on it.
Yeah.
And you've seen my Alama out in the field that has the Cherolata on it, and there is one piece of pond apple coming up from the bottom, and I will put somebody else on it.
So
I like to
cool.
put like a San Pablo or something like that, or Fernandez custard apple on it.
Man.
But
You
it's
get
just
creative, man.
Well, it's just stuff for me.
That's it.
I graft everything that I can. Like I said, I still have star fruit on there. I have canistels to do. I have white sapote to do. We do a lot of grafting, and then
Cool, man.
like you said, seed. Right now, I have a flat of jujube
Cool.
seed started,
People are looking for those.
and they're expensive. And why? The seeds, you have to do the seed not off the plant that you're eating the fruit off of. I have 2 beautiful jujube trees that have nice fruit. They're Thai giants.
Yeah.
And then I have the
Grafted.
one. Yeah, they're grafted. They're grafted Thai giants. Then I have one tree that puts out a little tiny fruit about the size of a raisin, not much bigger. It's just for rootstock.
Right.
Now, you plant that seed, you don't graft it next week. You've got to wait. It's best to do the rootstock for those at 2 years. Wow. So you grow the rootstock for 2 years.
And then you graft.
Then you graft them.
From the Thai giant.
From the Thai giant, or there's a couple nice jujubes around here. Everything that you graft does not take. Wow. The jujubes are hard to do.
And that's a 2-year commitment.
Yeah, but you graft them all.
Uh-huh.
Maybe half of them a take.
Wow.
And then you regraft them again, and then again. You just graft them up until you use up all your rootstocks. And that's why they're more expensive. Now, my plant's lemongrass starts at $10.
Yeah.
Take a machete, cut the plant up, put 4 little pieces into a 3-gallon pot.
Yeah. You can't miss.
In a month, it's ready.
Yes.
Jujube, you've got
3 years.
Yeah, 2.5 years somewhere in there before you're able to sell it. Same thing with sapodilla.
Takes time.
Sapodilla, the rootstock, is good to have about 2 years old.
Wow. And these are special fruits. Like, I don't think people realize jujube is like the apple for Florida, right?
Oh, it's
like,
a nice crunchy apple.
It's good. It's little crunchy apples. Like literally, and then sapodilla is like a pear, right? It's like a ripe pear, but dipped in like brown sugar or some, it's sweet. Special trees, man.
Maycock tastes like brown sugar.
The sapodilla.
Yeah. Alano's not is so intense brown sugar. A lot of people like the Alano. I like the Tikal.
It's a little too much for me too.
The Tikal, to me,
Tikal's good.
Has more of like a caramely flavor.
Yeah.
And they're all different.
They are.
They're all different.
They are. Sometimes it'll be, anyways, just like jackfruit or anything, like you'll get a dud. It's not that good of a fruit. But when you get a good variety, man, there's nothing like a sapodilla.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, so tell me, like, because this is super important for anybody trying to start a nursery, just get into fruits, period, right? Like, if you're just planting a tree at your house, the key, and I want to hear what you think about this, is planting the right variety, right?
And the way to do that is taste it if you can before you plant it.
Right. You taste it and you know.
Yeah. And do a little research and find out what grows here. You can go to Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever, and buy kiwi and stuff like that. They're not going to grow here.
That's right.
They'll sell you Concord grapes. They don't grow here.
They don't care. If people are buying them, they're selling them. They don't care about the result you're having in your garden.
And
what grows here?
And I tell people, do you like it? I don't know. I've never had it, and that's what I say. I let people try a lot of stuff. Right now, the Jabota Cabas. My Jabota Caba, the Sabrera, is fruiting. So when people are in the nursery, I let them taste the fruit. Sabrera maybe take 10, 12 years to fruit.
That's right.
I have the red hybrid. It fruits in about 2 or 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean 2 or 3.
Really? 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Wow.
They'll fruit in 3 years.
I always thought it was like 5.
No.
2 or 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. I mean, the plants that we have are already a year old. So
exactly.
that's where we're getting the 2 to 3 because they're all
so cool
from the time you plant them. And
so they get to try the fruit and be like, yes,
that
I like it, or no, I don't like it.
I have a red hybrid there, and it fruits all the time. The Sabrera is more seasonal. It fruits heavy at the beginning of the year, maybe a couple times during the year. The red hybrid all year long. It'll slow down in winter, but there's pretty much fruit on it all year long.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The red hybrid, the new one they got, the scarlet, that's a good one.
It's good.
It fruits quick too.
Uh-huh.
But
you have all those Jabota Cabas going.
The scarlet are about an inch tall.
Okay.
The red hybrid, I have 3 gallons that are ready, and then I've got a bunch of 1 gallons behind it, and then we'll plant all the seeds again. And but it all takes time.
It takes time, man. I was
Yeah.
just gonna say that's really the lesson.
There you go. It takes time. Now we'll get into my little nursery. I've got a nursery. I probably got 1,500. Sometimes I can have close to 2,000 trees in pots. Everybody looks at the mangoes and said, do you have any bigger? When the pandemic started 2 to 3 years ago, whatever it was when it started, we sold every crate, big mango we had. We sold every 25 gallon. We sold all the 15s. Everything went out. I can't go buy mangoes and sell them. I sell 25 gallon mango cheaper than I can buy at wholesale.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because I grow them myself.
Right. So it's to be competitive.
To be competitive,
Cool.
I grow them from the 3s into a lot of the 3s that we have now are going to go into 7s. Going to put them into 7s, and then from the 7s we'll probably go to the 25s.
And they get more valuable as they grow.
As they get older.
Exactly.
Everybody's buying things up so fast.
That's what you're saying.
It
Yeah.
doesn't have time to grow.
It doesn't have time to be a big tree. Exactly.
And I can't afford to go pay whatever they're getting for a 25 gallon mango, $200 or whatever. I can't afford to go buy one and sell it for $100.
Yeah.
You know, because
It's gotten crazy, and those have gone up too. The wholesale prices, all of it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
All the wholesale prices went up, and that's their cost. I mean, wages went from $8 and $9 an hour to 15.
Yeah. Materials.
I'm paying more money for the guys to come in than weed than 15 an hour.
Yeah.
And they just, I bring the guys in, they weed for a day for me or whatever, and adios. But
yeah, man.
I don't know. It's the cost of everything is going up.
Yeah, it's true. It's like people are feeling it, for sure.
The load of dirt I'm waiting on is going to be $800 to $1,000.
Wow, yeah. Mine's up there too now.
$800 to $1,000 for
It was
for a
half
load of
that
dirt.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the shipping,
Yeah.
the gas, the diesel for the dump trucks. It's almost, $4.50 or whatever a gallon now.
It's real, man.
So
how do we get closer to source,
grow it yourself.
Hey.
Do your own seeds.
That's
and
it,
do
man.
what you can. Buy plants smaller and grow them up. I mean, you've been to my place. I have stuff that's 30 years old, and then I have stuff that I planted yesterday. I'm always putting something new in.
I could relate to you, man. I could tell you have a passion for this stuff. As do I. Would you agree? Like, you love just going and eating the fruits and enjoying.
Oh yeah, and you've been out to the farm. I take everybody around the whole farm and show them everything. I like my job.
Yeah, man.
I've done other jobs, and it's hard to go to work when you don't like going to work.
It's true.
I don't mind going out there every morning and walking through and seeing what's ripe, and pick it and have it for breakfast, and
And save the seeds.
yeah, save the seeds.
That's beautiful.
The lemon drops,
are
which you
cool.
guys just did a
Yeah.
video for me.
Check out the video. We did a how to grow. Yeah. Loaded.
I go out there and I pick the lemon drops all the time, and usually even when they're not in season over the winter, there's a couple still on there. And I give away a lot, I give away a lot of the lemon drops, and I have so many. I just picked up everything that was on the ground and put it in flats to start the seeds for the next batch, which would be a year or so away.
Yeah, they take time.
They're very slow.
But you're into sharing too.
Well, I don't
Mike.
mind.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the best.
if there's anything ripe out there, I always let customers taste it. And that was why I planted all the different mangoes. I figured we could plant the different mangoes and people could taste them and see which one they want to buy.
Yeah.
And
Does that make a difference? Do they eat it and they're like, oh, I want to have one now?
I have sold more Kerry mangoes off that big, huge tree that I have just by letting people taste one.
Right.
They're amazed. There's no fiber. They're sweet, and you always get people on the internet that don't like it, don't like
Yeah,
something.
there's a big community that's like hates on cherries. I think they're amazing. We have
Yeah.
a big tree too.
They say it has a medicinal taste. I don't see it.
I think when it gets too ripe, maybe.
You don't let it get too ripe.
That's exactly right.
You pick them when they're yellow, green, and a little bit firm. Now, last year was a bad year for mango. Most people know that. But the year before, I probably had 500 fruit on the tree.
Right.
We picked them at first, and then when all the other mangoes started coming in, we were picking the ones up off the ground, and the wife was making juice with them. She made a mango lemonade. Phenomenal. Wow. If y'all want to try something with the overabundance of mangoes this year, do mango lemonade. It's just, mango juice is thick. I mean, you pour it down your throat. It's real thick. And then you don't want to cut it with water because it just doesn't taste right. But if you cut it with lemonade, phenomenal.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize who aren't in this world of eating mangoes from their yards down here in Florida, how good these mangoes are. Like night and day with the store mangoes.
Store mangoes are coming out of South America. They pick them green.
Right.
They're picked way too green now.
So they could ship them up
So
here,
they
right?
can ship them when they don't bruise. They have to boil and bath them to get them into the country to get any of the spiders or any of the diseases. So they have to run them through a hot water bath. So they're cooking the mango. They're picking it green. And it sits in the store, and they're no good.
They're no good.
Like
It's the
you said,
Tommy Atkins variety too, right? Or
Tommy Atkins, I call it grocery store mango because it's pretty. That's why, Tommy Atkins is such a popular mango because it's pretty. It's got the nice red color to it and whatever. But as far as taste, some of these mangoes that Gary Zillas came out with are just phenomenal.
they're so good. What are some of your favorites?
Carrie,
Yeah.
mango flavor. Maha Chinook. For my farm, I had 3 big trees, and one was in a big crate, and we sold it when this pandemic thing started. We sold all the big trees. But Maha is highly productive, flat seed inside, pretty mango, got a little pinkish red color at top and then turns to yellow, and the seed is completely flat.
Right.
Just a
so
mango
much flesh.
Yeah, just a mango flavor.
It's really good.
Really good. The citrus ones, lemon zest.
Yeah, lemon zest.
Lemon meringue, the old PPK.
Classic.
Just phenomenal.
And some of these new ones too. Like, have you had like raw honey or any of these?
I have raw honey.
That one's good.
Yeah. Raw honey, honey kiss. Honey kiss is late, and that way you can extend your season.
Right.
Now down south they're getting them early. Usually our mangoes don't start until June.
Yeah.
You know.
Every area in South Florida hits at different times, right?
Well, because of the temperatures.
Exactly. So yours is a little later than like Miami or something.
Yeah, because we're colder.
Yeah.
Our nights are still in the 60s. We're still cool, and we're going to get a couple cool fronts still coming in.
Yeah.
But
that's cool, man. Yeah, mangoes. Some of these are so good. And I thought Maha Chinook. I thought Richard Campbell, I think his name is, the guy who started Excalibur. I thought he brought that one over, or no?
No. Dr. Campbell's the man in Homestead.
You're right, Mango Man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Richard does own Excalibur.
Richard, what's his last name?
You got me there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Linda, his wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't remember their last name.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been there, but they. Anyways, I thought he brought it from.
He could have.
Asia. Okay, I remember him saying that.
But Zill propagates it now, so I do them.
Right.
And somebody put on one of the forums, I don't remember, all these mangoes that you see with the little yellow tags. The little yellow tags don't mean anything because I have my own printer. We have a printer. We print our own tags. But
it's from Zills, they're saying.
Yeah,
right,
is they're from Zills.
It's like it's like, by the way, for the people who don't know, it's the mango, like it's basically the Costco of fruit trees for all of us. It's like where a lot of other little nurseries get their
Yeah.
stock, right?
And I'm not really a little nursery. I mean,
No,
I've
no,
been
no, not
doing
that you
whatever,
are.
but
Yeah.
this guy was complaining about, he grafted his own mangoes and stuff. I run my farm by myself. I'll bring in a couple guys to weed because I can't bend over and weed all. I can't weed the place, so I have help come in to weed. But that's all they do. Everything else I do myself. All the
Right.
grafting, and I graft everything. Like I said, I have stuff sitting on the tables now that's waiting to be grafted. The lemon drop, I will graft them. The achachara, we didn't even talk about that one. That's a fantastic one.
Right. You've been
I,
grafting that?
I will graft them. I've grafted them before. We just sell out everything that we graft.
Wow.
And you have to wait till the buds start to push.
And that takes time. Like, not only it takes time and energy to start new plants, but like to baby the ones you got going, you hold down that nursery by yourself.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I work out there in the morning. I get up first thing in the morning and I feed the animals. And mine's a farm. You've seen, you were talking about my
Yeah.
geese.
How are the geese?
I have 7 geese. 5 are girls and 2 are boys. The 5 girls are sitting on 3 nests. In other words, 1 goose is sitting by herself. The other 2 are 2 geese in one nest. They're sitting together.
Really?
Yeah, so we're waiting for the eggs to hatch on them. But they're beautiful geese. You've seen them, long feathered geese. I don't know the name of them. But
Yeah. So you're waiting for them to
hatch out.
incubate,
Yeah.
right? Cool.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Oh yeah, they're pretty geese. I don't, and they're not that aggressive. A lot of geese will attack you. These aren't too
Yeah.
bad.
No, they'll hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Wait. So you're saying you're a farm? You're more like a farm.
Yeah, I mean I do
Totally.
that. I do the trees. I mean it's not just a nursery. I have a grove. You've seen my grove.
Yeah,
I've
man.
got 50 of mango trees of my own.
Wow. How old would you say is your grove? It's all different ages.
All different ages. The oldest tree I have there is probably the Kerry, maybe 25, could be 30. It's just, I put it in about the same time that the house is over 30 years old.
Man.
Kerry's probably the oldest, and then I have my dad's next to it. And then the grove, the trees were in 25 gallons, some of them.
Mm.
And it was back when things were slow. I mean, we sold some stuff, but I could always, snatch a few trees and put them in the ground and just grab a big 15 and put it into a 25. So some of the trees were probably already 3 or 4 years old when we put them into the ground 10 years ago. So, some of them are old. The first lemon zest that they came out selling, I bought those.
That's cool.
I bought lemon zest. The
Is
sweet,
it loaded right now?
It's got a lot of fruit holding.
Yeah.
Um,
You were telling me I just got to stop you real quick because it's so interesting. Someone's been doing it a while when like you see all these mango blooms. I'm like geeking out this season, right? With all the mango blooms.
Oh yeah.
It's everywhere, all over Florida. Everyone's like, it's going to be a great season. And I'm like, Mike, have you seen these mango blooms? Like, it's going to be a great year. You're basically like, yeah, give it some time. It hasn't hit yet. Like you that this season's young. Like wind can come, anything can happen, right?
I think today is the 7th, I think. Full moon.
Mm-hmm.
We got by that. There's no big Arctic blast coming down and the moon sitting to the south of us.
Interesting.
Lots of times when you have the perfect conditions, probably in 2008, the moon was probably full when it came down, hanging to the south, and the moon draws the cold down.
It does.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
Moon has a lot of effect. On the tides it does too.
I don't think people know that. It makes it
It
colder
makes a
where in the moonlight.
It'll pull it down.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so you're saying there's no more cold.
I don't think we're going to get another freeze.
And that could affect the mango flowers. Like,
oh yeah,
Big time.
if you get 36 degrees for a few hours, it'll cause a little spot inside the little tiny pea-sized mango. In a month or so after the mango gets a little bit bigger, they'll all start falling off. But it says, why is all my mangoes dropping? Because of the cold weather we had 2 months ago.
wow.
They start to drop.
The same thing happens with the lychee, or no?
Lychees, I think, can take the cold.
They're up in sun. Yeah, they
Yeah.
could take it.
Yeah, it's a different seed, different whatever, completely.
I know that happens with the loquats up north. If they get a cold, the flowers don't.
Yeah, the flowers won't mature.
Yeah. So much more going on than we realize, you know?
Oh, yeah, and like you said,
Yeah.
we're in March now. Into March, April, if the winds pick up and we get some 40, 60-mile-an-hour winds, oh, you don't get winds that strong? And yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Just strong winds.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Just a little storm coming in or whatever, and the wind's just blowing hard, and there goes all your mangoes.
Yeah. You probably could relate to me on this, but like how how dependent we are on creation, you know, weather.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's not like we're just out here, the facilitators. If a hurricanes and all these, Mother Nature says whether we get mangoes or not. Basically.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean,
it's incredible.
If you have a real cold January, February, and the trees that have already flowered, the cold weather will kill all the flowers. You know, the cold will, the wind will.
Right. And I think that's why the people before us, because they were so connected to the land, right? They would like pray to the gods to not, you know, to not affect their crops and stuff like that, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're very vulnerable. And now with the storms getting stronger, I mean, the one sat off the Bahamas 50 miles away from us.
You remember that one?
Oh, this was only about 3 or 4 years ago.
What was the name of that one?
I don't know. Ask the people in the Bahamas. They can probably tell you.
That's right.
But, yeah, the winds were 200 mile an hour and wiped out the island over there. I mean,
it was right off the coast.
50 miles.
We wouldn't have a business right now, Mike.
Yeah, my son came over to the house. What are we going to do? I said, nothing. He said, what are you going to do with all the pens and stuff? I said, nothing. I said, if we get 200 mile an hour winds, you can kiss it all goodbye.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, we just...
In a Cat 3, it's like you're sketched out a little bit. Like that 200 mile an hour winds.
Yeah.
Insane.
I mean, I worked in storms with 100 mile an hour winds.
Yeah.
You know, pulling saran off of buildings that was whipping 100 foot of shade cloth, just whipping in the 100 mile an hour winds.
Man.
Had to go out there and grab it and get it off of everything before it cut everything up. I mean, you know.
Hurricanes, man.
Storms are bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But
anyways, on the brighter side.
On the brighter side. Well, it's a vulnerable business.
Yeah.
I mean, one year we had hail. Big hail. And it chopped everything up.
Really?
Cut all the branches and bark on all the little small trees I had. Cut everything up.
Interesting.
That was just I've got hit with hail one time.
When was that?
Long time ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Long time ago. I've been doing this for a while.
Yeah. Well, I'm stoked to have you on, and share your wisdom, man, and experience. And yeah, I mean, is there anything else you want to share with the audience before we take off?
The name of the nursery is Trees, the letter N, More. I do a Facebook page, and then I'm on a lot of the different Mangoes of America and a lot of the different forums. I'm on most of them. But if you look up my name, Trees N More, on Facebook, I have a page on there. It's
cool,
you know, it's got everything that we put on and different
you got
stuff all the time.
And you got the fruit trees.
Oh, and I've got fruit trees. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah, man. Well, go check out Mike at Trees and More. I love to buy his trees and put it in my yard. And it's been a pleasure today. Thank you so much, Mike.
Thanks for having me.